Hello beautiful YouTube family, and welcome back to another beautiful video in Diani. Welcome to day 2 of Diani. We are walking towards the tuk-tuk stage at the Diani shopping center. As you can see, it's just 2 minutes walk from our Airbnb. Splash. And we are trying to negotiate a good fare to Diani Splash waterpark. Usually it costs between 200 and 250, but you can bargain your way to the best prices. My 5-year-old decided to do his thing, and here I am mothering and getting angry on vacation. The joys of motherhood. If you're catching us for the very first time, we are the Edwin's Family Adventures, and we document all our travel adventures all over the world, and we give you tips on how to travel the world easily, sometimes on a budget, and how to get the best and the most out of all your family vacations. Plus, we do it with kids. So if you have not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button and remember to hit the notification bell so that you will be informed every single time we post a new video. So the plan for today is to spend the full day at Diani Splash, where we have just arrived. Unfortunately, I was not able to record our breakfast because my phone was out of charge, and I was charging it because we have quite a long day. So after the full day here, we are going to go for a sunset boat cruise at Kongo River. The Kongo River originates from the Shimba Hills and flows gracefully into the Indian Ocean. It is the boundary between Diani and Tiwi beaches. Now, it's possible to access the river during December and January when the tide is low and the beach, the really beautiful beach, is visible. But during the rainy season, when there is so much water, it is fully submerged and there is no island. So when we go to the Kongo River, you'll be able to see how beautiful the beach is and the water. So it's a 45-minute boat ride that will cost between 3,000 and 5,000 Kenya shillings for residents and locals, and you will be able to bargain. We left our kids at the water park and decided to do this amazing activity, which is Quadbiking to Chale Island. It costed 9,000 Kenya shillings per person, but you can still bargain and you will pay a really good price for it. So we opted for this quad bike for the two of us. I didn't want to ride, my husband wanted to. And from Diani to Chale Island is almost an hour. And there is a motorbike guy, the one in the orange t-shirt, who will guide us to and fro. So we just arrived at Chale Island. This is the place where you park your cars. It is a 12-kilometer distance from Diani, around 30 to 40 minutes drive. Chale Island is a very beautiful island with a lot of biodiversity in species, plant species, and also animal species. In fact, there is some endangered sea turtles that come to lay their eggs on these beaches during their season. However, when we came, it was during midday, and as you can see, it is low tide, so all the water has disappeared. But our guide told us that around 4 o'clock in the evening, all those tiny islands, the tiny shrub-like islands that you can see, will be fully submerged in water. So during the day, they use this tractor, I hope it's visible in the video, as a mode of transport from this side to the other side. But when it is full tide, you can only go to the other side through a boat, or I guess a boat. So after having their lunch, the kids were really tired, so we decided to go back to our Airbnb and have a rest, change, so that we could go for our sunset cruise at Kongo River. So remember Anne from the previous video? She is our manager at our Airbnb place, and she assisted us to get this tour for the Kongo River boat sunset cruise. So our host usually has a special, tour guides who will take care of her guests, and they linked us up with them. And we only paid 3,000 shillings for a family of 4 for the whole cruise. It's a 45-minute boat ride, depending on how long the sunset will be there. But we got a really good guide, and we had passed by Chandarana Food Plus to buy some snacks and some drinks for this cruise. I hope you enjoy. It was a really lovely cruise. When you go to Diani, just make a point to go to Kongo River. It's really beautiful, and the sunset is amazing. You'll also be able to see really beautiful mangroves, and if you get a good guide, they will give you a brief history about Kongo River and how they take care of the nature, the mangroves, and it's a really amazing experience.
Sit over here. Yeah, sit over there. Risha, sit over there in front. Yeah, like that. Hey! Yeah. Tunaangalia. Kwenye madafu vipi? Hakuna mtu alikuwa haja nayo.
One of the most interesting stories that our guide gave us was about a particular cave that is at the edge of this river. I'm going to insert a small video on the side on it. So now this cave is actually for a wizard. In Kenya we call them mganga. So he was telling us the story of how there was a time he brought a client and they came together in a boat, and when they reached there, the client went in, and then after some time, I think when the client had received whatever he had gone to petition the wizard for, they came back, and this time they had a goat. Now, the cave is actually on top of the water, for lack of a better word. There is no island, there is no land to step on, just some pieces of bottles, and that's where they placed the goat and they left. Those were the instructions. So I found that quite interesting. But hey, it's Africa. At this point, we had reached the famous sunset watching spot. As you can see, there are so many boats, and the tourists are just parked watching the sunset. It was really beautiful. However, we did not have all the time to sit there and wait. So we were rushing because the next day we are actually going for snorkeling in Chale Island. so we needed to get up really early. So I'm going to end this beautiful vlog here, and watch out for the next one. It is quite an adventurous video. It was my very first time to dive deep into the ocean and snorkel in the middle of the ocean. So watch out for that next video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.
All of us forgot.
No,